Hi there, Aries. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your Aquarius full moon reading. This is going to be for the month of August. The Aquarius full moon happens on properly August 15th at about 8:30 a.m., and that's Eastern Standard Time. So just check your time zone for when the full moon actually officially arrives. The Aquarius full moon is definitely a more intellectual moon, even though the full moon always brings up our deeper emotions and kind of a culmination of the emotional life in that area. So having it be in Aquarius, this is actually going to hit right in your universal 11th house, which is also the Aquarius house, and it brings up issues of love and emotion given versus received. So you will definitely be feeling the energy of that. We've been traveling through the beginning of August and also the last, end of July with a lot of Leo energy. So, that always feels really good for Aries, being a fellow fire sign. We've actually had a lot of Leo energy as we've started the month of August, which I hope you've all been enjoying, all my wonderful Aries friends out there. I hope that it's been treating you well, because it is a very dynamic, it can be very dramatic and intense, sometimes very passionate and open. But for Aries, they kind of like that openness, they like that fire, because y'all are very direct anyway. So something I would say too is, it may have been feeling like a big party lately, and when Mars is going to move, and Mars I always pay attention to for Aries because that is your ruling planet, and it has been in Leo, so it is moving, I hate to tell you, into Virgo on August 18th, and that is definitely kind of a slowdown for y'all, because it's been in a fellow fire sign giving you a lot of energy, giving a lot of dynamism, and so when it goes into Virgo, it will definitely feel kind of like, oh, we got to slow down now, and now we got to pay the bill from that big party we had, etc. So it definitely changes your energy. It makes you be more focused on the practical, more focused on work or organizing or getting together with other people. Virgo is also a sign of service to others, and it's also a sign of organized work with other people. So you may definitely, Aries, feel that after the 18th of August, it's like, okay, it's time to focus a little more on my health. I've got to start not just doing my own thing, but now I've got to, incorporate that with that of others' energy. So if you start to feel like you're chafing a little of that, because Aries, you definitely like to do your own thing. You don't like to have to be on other people's timing. But Mars being in Virgo definitely encourages you to do that. So just keep that in mind as you go along through this next half of August and into September, because it'll definitely be quite a shift. We're shifting out of all that Leo energy slowly but surely over, August and September, and we're moving into a lot of Virgo. So I'm going to pull some cards and see what your energy is going to be like as we come up around this full moon. This is mostly going to be for the full moon, and I'm also including a dash of a little bit of a love / a romance reading, whether you're single, in a couple, looking for love, out of love, etc. Because Leo energy that we've been in is all about the heart. And so when I think about Leo, I definitely think about the heart chakra, who we love, how we express it, how we receive it. So this is definitely something I'm going to be focusing a little bit on, but not entirely for your reading. Keep in mind, Aries, that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with every single Aries on the planet. So if it resonates with you and it makes sense to you, then that is definitely your information. And if it doesn't resonate or make sense, it's definitely not. So feel free to toss it out if it doesn't jive with y'all. So first I'm going to pull and this is also going for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if you have a lot of Aries in your chart, or if you're a cross watcher watching for an Aries, you're also likewise very welcome. So let's start with one major arcana, and I'm going to just go from there. Dear angels, spirits, guides, divine guardians and beings of light, I ask for the best information to come through for the sun sign of Aries, as well as moon rising and Venus in Aries. And I ask for you to keep them safe and me safe as I work through their energy. Thank you. Alright, Aries, so this is your major arcana card for the full moon in Aquarius. It's going to be Justice. So I would say that it's interesting around that balance, like I said, because there is absolutely that love balance there. There's that balance of love given, love received. And so if you are feeling that you're giving more or you're not getting enough in exchange for your energy output, then you're definitely looking at bringing things into balance and harmony. So if you've got somebody in your life that just isn't pulling their full share, isn't putting as much love, attention, nurturing, and time and love and tears into something as you are, it's definitely time to step up and say, you know what? I'm doing more than my share. And you may not even have to have a big confrontation over it. It just means that you rein your energy in a little bit. Let them, you know, pull it up and let them take up the slack as they should. And also likewise, Aries, if you do have somebody saying, hey, I need more from you, try not to take that as a personal slight. You know, just see that as the fact that the heart and the emotions might need a little balancing. And if you've been really working hard at your own job or doing your own thing, it may be time to start investing in your partner or whoever it is in your life that you love. It can go both ways. Alright, so now I'm going to pull a druid animal and we'll see what comes up from this deck for your full moon. Alright, so here comes the hind, which is like a little deer. It's very gentle, almost ethereal. So to me, this always talks about spirit. It talks about kind of that elusive, you know, it's almost there. Even in, look at the way the light's hitting this. It kind of gives it that thing where it's like, is it there, is it not? Because it's a spirit animal, and it's a white deer. So it's always that sort of feeling, you know, a white animal is always a symbol of spirit. So this is like telling you to be a little more gentle, a little more earth-based, a little more in touch with your own feelings and your own spirituality. Get to know a little bit more of that elusive side of yourself, Aries, because you definitely tend to be very much in the here and the now. You're a creature of the moment and not so much of, you know, the what could be or what, you know, could have been or what will be, you know. So it's telling you to kind of get in touch with that spiritual side of your nature right now. And it could be a great idea as well, like around that full moon, kind of the 14th, 15th, 16th, you know, just pay attention to, you know, what you're feeling in your spiritual body. You know, this also highlights your intuition and your thoughts. And even though, you know, this full moon coming up is Aquarius, which tends to be very thought-oriented, very intellect-oriented, you know, the moon also brings a lot of emotions to the surface. So it's kind of interesting to me. You know, this is a lot of like head and heart, or sometimes head versus heart, that's coming up this month. So just keep in touch with that, Aries. So I'm going to pull a few out of the Moon Oracle deck and just see what's coming up as extra messages around this. Okay, so the first one that comes up for the moon is the work through your fears with that new moon in Scorpio. So this is definitely a transformational cycle for you, Aries. Energy is gaining momentum with a waxing moon, so this is definitely improving and increasing, and luck is on your side. Another new moon. So this is some definite building energy. This isn't something that you've brought to fruition yet. It's just beginning with that new moon. It's like this is the beginning of a cycle. This is not yet completed. And so the waxing moon as well, that is gaining momentum. So it's like the beginnings and the new birth and the new growth is what's gaining in momentum. And then, of course, Sagittarius, which is very interesting because you have new moon in Scorpio, then new moon in Sag, and both of those sit face to face. Scorpio and then Sagittarius is in the actual lineup of the signs. And so it's interesting to me because when you put those two together, it's actually quite revolutionary. Scorpio brings that, deep transformations, deep psychological understanding, deeper awareness of the self. Just like I said, get in touch with that elusive side of the spirit. Very important. But that new moon in Sagittarius, that takes it to the next level because, it goes from that, okay, I'm aware of myself, I'm aware of my spirit, my psyche, etc. Now what do I do with it? Sagittarius says, well, I'll give you that arrow and you can go shoot it anywhere you like. Have a new goal, have a new dream, have a new focus. So let's see what comes up. I'm going to pull some tarot and see what comes out. Wow, so I would say, Aries, this is a very transformational time for you and very powerful. You won't believe some of this. Okay, so the first tarot card that comes up along the succession is going to be the Seven of Pentacles. Then we have the Ace of Cups, another ace, and that is the Swords. Another sword card, the Page of Swords. And then we have the Death card, the transformation. So just like we said, so this is Scorpio energy, new moon in Scorpio, and then there's Scorpio energy right there with that Death card. So you've definitely been patiently waiting, patiently working. There are definitely things that you have put into the ground, and you're just kind of waiting for that beginning, waiting for that to come back around for you. And it definitely will, both here. I mean, this is here and it's here. With both of these guys, because that Ace of Cups brings in spiritual abundance, spiritual blessing, emotional fulfillment. And so when it comes, like I said, to the love and to the heart, because this is that heart energy that we're working with, this to me says that, hey, I've put in some effort, some time, some, real good work with somebody that I love or care about, or some, thing that I care about. And it's like, will it come out right? And yes, it will. And you may have to make some big decisions around that, because that Scorpio and Sag energy, neither of those signs really pull any punches. They're very incisive. It's interesting, the Scorpion has that sharp point on the tail, Sagittarius has that sharp point on the arrow. So it's like, even though I'd say that Sagittarius energy is very upbeat, it's very jovial, it's very friendly, optimistic, it still has a point on it. And I'd say Sagittarius energy it gets to the point. It doesn't really waste time. So then there's that Page of Swords, which is birth of new ideas. And I think once this birth of new ideas comes through, look at that. It just transforms your whole world there, Aries. So I'd say that you're definitely getting ready for some big transformations. Very revolutionary energy that's coming through with this Aquarius full moon, absolutely. And so let's just pull a few cards. I just want to see what comes through on the Whispers of Love deck, just as some final advice. Okay, Aries, so the first card that comes out is appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. So absolutely, even if this moment is difficult, even if this full moon cycle has some, really big emotional and intellectual challenges, it's like appreciate what's happening, appreciate this big transformation that's coming through your life. And so the next one is express love through gifts. So this may be telling you, maybe all it takes is just bringing your partner a flower, or bringing a friend or your sweetheart, just some little thing like a bar of chocolate or something. It doesn't have to be anything big. It's just, I know that can be really sweet, to just let somebody kind of know, hey, I'm thinking about you. And that goes if you're just interested in somebody too. And it's not yet solidified. So the last one, this is interesting, Aries, because this may speak to some of you. I'm getting the feeling it won't speak to all of you, but some of you are definitely feeling this. Act as if your partner is here. So this could be some of you in a long-distance relationship, or someone that you're missing, that for whatever reason you can't be right there with them. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you so that you always consider them. So this is also for a future partner as well, Aries. So beautiful reading. I think that this is obviously this is a lot of transformational energy, a lot of spiritual and psychological growth coming through with this full moon for you, Aries. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you so much. Take care.